Hello and welcome back everybody to another unboxing video. This time Cold Navy spaceships from Ravenstar Studios. Chris Lynch sent me some a couple of weeks ago. They came really fast, like in 2 or 3 days from the US. Let's have a look. Now before I start with the spaceships, let me unpack them again. Because I have done this video before, but somehow it was lost in the ethers of my computer and I can't, for the love of whatever, find it again. So let's quickly sort through these guys. You go there, you go there, you go there. And here we go with the first miniatures. Now, these are frigates for a game system called Cold Navy, which originally goes back to 2003-2005. And the Terran fleet was designed by my friend John Bear Ross. People that are playing, what is that game called? It was in 15mm game. Something with critical mass. Yeah, he designed a couple of critical mass mechs. He's designing mechs now, and he is one of the first people to use 3D design software to create miniatures. So yeah, also these miniatures, these designs are 20 years old, but there is very little to do in terms of playing around with them, filing things down, making them presentable. They are already washed, and I got myself 9 of the frigates, and the next thing up I got was some destroyers. And I got myself 6 destroyers. This is the old design of the Orion class cruiser, and now it is called the Hardy Destroyer. They scaled up, or well, Chris, when he bought the range, he scaled up this miniature to be larger as a cruiser and used the old design as a destroyer. And you will see that. Let's bring one of them over. They are essentially identical, but one is larger than the other. So, and once again, great design and has stood the test of time. Now, one of the things I realized is this resin that Chris is using, the brownish one, is even better than all the other resins that he has used, the blue one, the gray one, and this beige one. And looking at the sharp detail that is still there after almost 20 years of this design, really great stuff. Now, as I said, I also got 4 of the cruisers, and this is not a cruiser, this is actually, oh, this is a cruiser, yes. I got 3 of the new Orion cruiser designs. And really very little to do here, filing, filling. Even some larger manufacturers could learn a thing or two from people like Chris and a couple of other resin casters. Now, this is a light cruiser. I think that is the Maxwell class. And I will in a moment go to Chris' website and talk a bit more about the game, Chris and his company Ravenstar Studios. But these Terran chips are what got me into the game, and one thing Chris does very often is to give you some additional goodie miniature, and in my case this was the battleship here. And the quality is just amazing. So I can't find any other words talking about this really minimal filing to do to make it perfect. And considering this is a $12 ship, thank you so much, Chris. I think I will say this a few times in this video, but this is a fantastic miniature and I didn't expect this. And I would have ordered something along the lines of that in a later order, but now I can push this order a little bit back. Sorry, Chris. But there will be another order of this fleet and a few ships of a second fleet. Another thing Chris sent me, which I absolutely did not expect in this order, was metal flight stems and these bases. So, and after checking these out together with the flight stems, which are just metal rods in essence, you can describe them as that, I am really looking forward to use this kind of base, potentially gluing it to something a bit larger. But considering or knowing all the other bases that I have seen for flight bases, these are, yeah, in my opinion, far, far better. So let's continue and look at Chris' website for Ravenstar Studios and a couple of fleets of the game Cold Navy. And to finalize this video about Cold Navy, just a few words about the current license holder, Ravenstar Studio and Chris Lynch. And I say current license holder because this game is really, really old. It is about 20 years old. And the first license holder, the creators of Cold Navy was Extreme Hobbies. And one or, well, that's two names that pop up when you look at Extreme Hobbies is obviously John Barros, veteran of many, many adventures in the miniature industry and one of the first people that used 3D design to create miniatures. The other name that will pop up is Mike Hardy, and you will see in a moment when I check out the store at Ravenstar Studios and Cold Navy. Here we go. Terran Republic. One of the ships is of course named the Hardy class. So what you have here, Ravenstar Studios is just like the creator of Cold Navy, an American outlet, and they acquired these licenses in I think 2008-2010 era. The miniatures are made in resin. I did not get them with these flight stems, but the flight stems I got are, in my opinion, much, much better. So you have, for starters, the 3 frigate classes, the Northampton, the Barrymore, and the Swift class. You have a scout and electronic countermeasures ship. You have 3 destroyers. First of all, the Hardy, which in the old Extreme Hobby days was a cruiser. Yeah, the upsized Hardy class is the Orion now, and the Hardy was the old Orion. Then we have new designs, the Masada and the Antares class destroyers. And one of the things you will notice is both the front and the rear have different designs for all these classes. Now, in terms of cruisers, we have the Orion. I will open that in a moment. The Avatar, the Seraphim, and the Maxwell class. And in capital ships, we have the Conquest class battleship. And thank you so much. Shout out to Chris. He sent me one of those superb quality. That was one of the brownish resin ships. Amazing ship. Amazing quality too. We also have here the Triumph class battle carrier and God's Wrath battleship. Let's have a look at these. First of all, the Orion, For me, that was the iconic ship that actually got me into wanting to buy the Cold Navy ships. And my first lot or lots of ships that I bought from Chris as well as on eBay, they somehow disappeared, moving back and forth between the UK and China, back, forth, back, forth. And here we go, Orion class, a couple of pictures here. I have to say the picture doesn't fully do it justice. So as with all resin miniatures, this needs a little bit of work. Let's go to this one. I think this one is more prepared than all the others. And that picture is also a little bit older. And I think it is fair to say that just along with Urban War miniatures, these ships, these space combat miniatures are the things that really kicked off my deeper and deeper delve when I was a little bit older into miniature gaming. So really, really great to have my stuff back, so to speak. And definitely gonna expand on this. Well, this is also a really nice ship. You can see loads and loads of guns. Let's go there. Just amazing what these guys, Mike Hardy, John Barros, and finally Chris Lynch did with these designs. So obviously that's not the only faction. This is the Terran fleet. And also a few words about Ravenstar Studios in a bit. So the other factions are the Daisho Confederation, Meridian Space Empire, and the Caradon Royal Navy. So there is 3 fleets that Chris is working on. But again, small companies these days, we are very, very lucky to have them and to have them still. And Chris, I do hope you're still going strong in a couple of years, that many, many more people can buy these miniatures from you. Let's look at the Daisho Confederation. Just a quick going through. Again, frigates, destroyers, cruisers, and you can see, oh, this one is nice, the Rodong Tau. So as much as the Terran designs got me into this, I never really warmed up to the other designs, with one exception, and I'm gonna go there in a moment. But this one is a really nice ship. Yeah, I might have to do 3 fleets instead of 2. So I'm gonna skip them for now and do the Caradon first. I mean, the painting scheme gives me some raw, Klingon vibes. But as I said, it was the Terrans and the Meridian Space Empire that got me into this. And I'm definitely gonna get some of those again. I did have a fleet box and bought a handful of ships from Chris as well, I think. But as I said, they are long lost, and only now I can get my hands on this stuff again. Ooh. Now, particularly this fleet was heavily expanded by Chris. I do remember that. Let's open a couple of ships. I think I had this one in metal. One of the really old metal designs. Oh yeah, that's a definite must-have. Now, whoever painted these ships, wow, congratulations. This is amazing. It's absolutely amazing paint job. Wow. So, and here is painted pictures thanks to MATGC. So whoever you are, awesome job. Ooh. And when you think it can't get better, it does. Really great job on these. Now the final two ships, the missile carrier. So, and I'm going to MATGC's blog in a moment. Switch to here. Yeah, I did have that ship, but in metal. Now let's go to that blog and have a look. And he is a wargaming enthusiast from Brazil. Yeah, just like me, far too many hobby projects. And here is his fleet. And considering how difficult it is to paint white, wow. And that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will all see you on the next one.